We have a tremendous unrest in seismic activity, volcanic activity, and it's no surprise because of this solar minimum we're entering into. The volcanic unrest continues, and with the current solar minimum, it is not going to stop in a while. So we have to be prepared. Ongoing eruptions, for example, in Kamchatka, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Chile Unrest in New Zealand. They're expecting a huge quake there. They're preparing the people there, and it's going to happen. So they're warning them. We just had a 4.2 magnitude quake. We'll do a video on that in the Azores. Those are all volcanic islands, and that's another supervolcano there. God forbid if that erupts, that's going to give a big tsunami coming towards all the way across the Atlantic towards North America. And of course, we've had big earthquakes over 6.1, 6.2 in off the coast, eastern coast of Japan. So this is on strange sounds. There are, at this point, 19 erupting volcanoes, 16 in minor eruption states, 35 in total. 35 in total. And 32 volcanoes in unrest. And most of them, as we know, are on the Ring of Fire around the Pacific Ocean. And that is quite a lot, 35 in total. And this enhanced volcanic activity will not let up. It's not going to stop, according to experts. It's not only the seismic and volcanic activity that has an uptick during solar minimums, it's also the extreme weather. And we're having a lot of that worldwide, a lot of extreme flooding, cold, records broken as far as rainfall and flooding are concerned. Now, so this, according to experts, the sun's activity in solar cycle 25 is going to be below average, like solar cycle 24, which means drop off in solar activity and coronal holes, a waning magnetosphere, and the increase in galactic cosmic rays penetrating the Earth's magma. So here is the latest eruptions around the world. Chile volcano in Kamchatka. That's just opposite Alaska. The strong explosive activity that has started April 8, 2019 continues up to today, April 11, at Chile volcano, Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. Volcanic Ash Advisory Center, VAAC Tokyo, warned of a large volcanic ash plume rising to 33,000 feet, which is of course flight level. That's flight level 330, and it's moving at 45 knots to the south as of April 10th, 2019. The KVERT Observatory warns that ash explosions of up to over 49,000 feet could occur at any time. This unusual stratovolcano, with a recent eruptive history littered with VE4s and 5s, has seen a tremendous uptick in activity so far this year. Drop off in solar activity that we have, coronal holes, waning magnetosphere, and the increase in galactic cosmic rays penetrating the magma of the Earth, which is of course silica rich. All this has to do with the solar cycle. Particulates ejected to altitudes above 32,800 feet, which is 10 kilometers, which is of course jet level flights, and into the stratosphere have a direct cooling effect on our planet as well. The next volcano is Mount Ruapehu in New Zealand. It increases in lake temperature and seismic activity. GeoNet is recording another phase of high lake temperatures at Te Waiamoa, that's Crater Lake, Mount Ruapehu, along with moderate levels of tremors, volcanic earthquakes. The volcanic alert level remains at 1. Since 2009, GeoNet has recorded temperatures there, and this time the temperature has often cycled between 15 and 45 degrees Celsius over a period of about 1 year. In September 2018, they recorded a departure from this, and for the following 6 months, the lake temperature remains level. Now, over the past 2 weeks, the lake temperature has risen more at a rate of about 0.5% Celsius per day to 42 degrees Celsius on April 9. And to put this in context, only 1% of post-2009 temperatures have exceeded 42 degrees Celsius, and a similar temperature last occurred in May of 2016. The level of volcanic tremor typically also increases when lake temperatures rise, of course, which means that there's magma coming up, heating up, and this has been the case in the last 2 weeks there. This current tremor intensity is moderate. In previous heating cycles, this increased tremor lasted a few days to a few weeks. In the past, eruptions at Ruapuhu in New Zealand have occurred more often when the lake exceeded 45 degrees Celsius, but the temperature of 46 Celsius was recorded in 2016 without an eruption. Next, we have the Costa Rica Rinco de la Vieja volcano. It erupted yesterday. A 2-minute eruption at the Rinco de la Vieja volcano sent an ash and vapor column 3,000 feet into the air. The eruption was accompanied by volcanic earthquakes picked up by local seismographs. The plume of ash and gas was reported by the inhabitants of the northern area of the volcano. Then we have the child of Krakatau, Anak Krakatau tsunami. The video schematically recalls the last eruption of Anak Krakatau and the associated tsunami that took place December 22nd, just a few months ago. We have Fuego volcano in Guatemala. Yesterday, heavy rainfall triggered strong lahars descending in the ravines of Las Layas, the tributary of the Guacalate River, and the El Ute, tributary of the Ajiquate River. These steaming hot lahars carry blocks from a few centimeters to 2 meters diameter, branches, trunks, everything they find in their path. And we have another volcano in Chile, the Nevados de Chillán volcano. And April 9th at 4:57 in the morning, the monitoring stations installed near the volcano recorded an explosive event with a long period type earthquake, a type LP earthquake. The explosion triggered strong incandescence around the crater, and there's an embedded video here you can see. Previous observations suggest a partial destruction of the dome has taken place inside that crater. The volcanic unrest is still ongoing, and with the coming solar minimum, it's not going to stop, as what geologists are warning us of, so we have to be prepared worldwide, not only for, as we said, geological activity, earthquakes and volcanoes, also extreme weather. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. and we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.